it's clearly the Dallas Mavericks and Nico Harrison having an opportunity to redeem himself with the easiest number one selection we've seen in a long time, right? I mean, Cooper Flagg, we knew it was the Cooper Flagg sweepstakes. We did not think the Dallas Mavericks were going to be any sort of major player with Cooper Flagg here. And obviously Nico makes the trade to make him the most hated man in Dallas, sending Luka for AD. And now you've got the potential to put a trio out there of Kyrie Irving when he gets healthy, Anthony Davis, if he ever is healthy, which you never know, and Cooper Flagg. And, man, if that group, and I would keep Cooper Flagg. I would, because of his contract, because of, going into the year, Rob, I wasn't sure Cooper Flagg was going to be a guy who could be an all-NBA type caliber player. Especially with the shooting, we kind of questioned that. The defense was going to be there. The toughness was going to be there. The IQ, athleticism, all of it, passing. But he proved he could shoot. He proved he could handle the ball better. His handle got a lot tighter this year, I think, from start to finish. But I think he's a guy who could be a top 5 player in the NBA. And with that contract, and then you throw in the intangibles, Rob. Throw in those intangibles, which is Cooper Flagg plays hard and plays the right way all the time. You don't trade somebody like that unless you've got a Hall or a proven superstar that's in their prime, that's one of the top 3 players in the game, which I know you're going to throw a name at me. And, yeah, it may make you think, but I'm still not doing it.
Yeah, look, I've been beating this drum for Cooper Flagg since the start of the year, right? I've said that he is the best prospect that I've seen in college basketball since I've been doing this in the last 16 years. And I stand by that because he's doing all of this stuff that you're saying, Goodman, when he is supposed to be a senior in high school. He's the youngest player in this draft class. He was the youngest player in Division I basketball last year. I understand why potentially trading the pick would be a consideration. And the reason I say that is because you got a limited window with Kyrie Irving. You got a limited window with Anthony Davis. Both of them are injury prone. Both of them are towards the end of what their prime is. And if you are trying to win immediately, I do think there's an argument to be made, packaging up a whole bunch of stuff to get Giannis coming back from Milwaukee and with Cooper Flagg as the bait. There's an argument to be made that, like, this is the best chance for Dallas to win now. And if you're giving up Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, then your whole mindset is like win immediately, right? But no, you don't trade Cooper Flagg. Like that's just something that I think that Cooper Flagg he's the prize that we've seen. This is why you tank, right? This is why we've seen teams try to lose. This is why the Wizards tried to lose. This is why Utah tried to lose, was to go get Cooper Flagg. And I don't think if you happen to strike the lottery and hit a 1.8% chance to be able to get the right to draft him, that you do it. My biggest question with Dallas is like, okay, so you already have Anthony Davis, right? You have Derek Lively, who we've seen is kind of one of the guys that they want to build this organization and franchise around. He was a home run of the 10th pick a couple of years ago. You have Daniel Gafford, you have PJ Washington, and now you have Cooper Flagg. And oh, by the way, the guy that's like supposed to be your offensive engine, Kyrie Irving, tore his ACL in March. So you have to do something, right? You can't just roll out 5 forwards is that what we're doing now? Like we don't care about space in the floor. We're just going to play 5-7 footers at one time. Like what do you do if you're Dallas?
Yeah, they'll figure something out here and certainly move somebody, right? They'll move somebody to make it fit. But ultimately, you're playing for when these guys are healthy and saying to yourself, okay, we've got Kyrie, who still, when he's healthy, is one of the most prolific scoring point guards in the NBA. You've got AD, who still, when he's healthy, last I checked, is one of the top 10 players, maybe even 5 when he's healthy in the NBA. And Cooper Flagg, who I think the other part, Rob, that's going to be interesting, Kyrie doesn't respect everybody. Okay, we know that. He doesn't respect a lot of coaches. He doesn't respect a lot of media people. He doesn't respect a lot of his teammates. I think he will respect Cooper Flagg because not just the Duke connection, because he kind of did that with Tatum a little bit in Boston. I saw it firsthand, right? Kind of wanted Tatum under his wing, be a little brother, But then honestly, when Tatum became too good, it was like, okay, I'm not okay with this. But I think with Cooper Flagg, he knows that kid has a similar IQ to him, a similar basketball IQ. So I think there'll be a respect there. He also understands now, which he did not when he came to Boston, he cannot be Batman. He's not. He's not good enough. So he knows he needs players now with him to win an NBA title. So I think he'll be good with Cooper. I think he'll bring him along. I think Cooper, we've seen it. Like, has there been a better teammate in college basketball coming in as a superstar than Cooper Flagg?
No, I don't think that there is. And it's not just the stuff that he does within the locker room. It is the way that he plays the game, right? He makes the right decisions. He makes the right pass. That's 90% of what makes him as good as he is as a player. He's also possibly the worst interview I have ever seen in my entire life. And like, I don't want to, he's 18.
Dude, I've done a lot of these. I've talked to how many players over the course of my career. I will put Cooper in the bottom 5% of interviews. I don't know if it's on purpose. I think he's got a personality underneath that. I just don't think he shows it with the media. And I've made this comparison, Rob, because I covered Kawhi when he was at San Diego State. Mm-hmm. I think they're similar in how they are with the media. They don't care. They're not disrespectful. When they get in front of the media, they are fine. They will answer the questions. They're both monotone as hell. They don't show any emotion when they talk to the media. They'll do it, but they don't want the attention. And to me,
no. Look, hold on. He doesn't, but he doesn't answer the questions. Like the question he was. So Billis is like, it's the biggest layup of all time, right? It's the easiest question you could ever be asked. So what have you been working on in pre-draft to get better for when you get drafted to the NBA? I've just been working on my all-around game and everything. I just want to be a better basketball player. And that was his answer. It's like, dude, just say, yeah, you know what? I'm trying to improve my handle. Yeah, you know what? I want to get better knocking down the jumps. Just get something. Just give me anything.
He hasn't gotten in any trouble. He hasn't gotten in any trouble for anything he said all year when everything could have been magnified, could have been scrutinized. It was on the court early in the season. Remember when he was given the ball by Shire to make plays at the end of the game and didn't. He got a lot better at that too, which some people haven't given him credit for. But ultimately, the one thing you can't say anything about him is like there's no drama with Cooper Flagg. Zero drama.